Hello, this is Jordan White speaking. Now, I wonder what's going on with the change of setting. Well, this is my first 4K video. I'm testing out the 4K capabilities of my new phone. The Moto Z Force Droid from Verizon Wireless. It has a 4K camera built in, and you're also noticing that this video has pretty much near the exact same frame rate. As a matter of fact, the exact frame rate as cinema. 24 FPS. I'm like, most videos are shot at 30 FPS, but this one's being shot at 24 FPS. How are you able to do this, Jordan? Simple. I use a special camera app and then set the frame rate down to 24 FPS so that my footage will look more cinematic. And I made the transition to 4K because 4K TVs are coming on the market. 4K is being added to streaming on Netflix and Amazon Prime, and I think Hulu's probably going to jump into the game. 4K playback is being added on all devices. Your old content is getting restored to 4K. New movies are shot in 4K digital. Some of them are probably like raw and then upscaled to 4K, but who gives a hoot about that if it's sort of like a technical thing. And you're like, what's 4K? What's going on here? Well, hang on, let me get my pen. Yep, here we go. 4K is just have to get the right on the pen. 4K is 3840 by 2160 pixels. I mean, that's a lot of pixels. And judging from this, I think I might be the last generation to have handwriting as clean as this. But nevertheless, it gets my point across. 4K is that amount of pixels. I mean, 1080p, HD, like what you're used to, is a much lower amount. 1920 by 1080 pixels. You see, that's 1080p, but this is 2160p. 4K is 2160p. I wonder if you should call it 2160p, but then again, the buzzword is 4K, so let's stick with the 4K. 4K TVs are on sale at Best Buy right now. You can go ahead and buy 4K TVs at Best Buy, Walmart, or Target, or Amazon, or any of those online retailers, electronics retailers you could possibly think of. Plus, but yeah, with the addition of 4K, there comes the drawback. 4K has a much higher bit rate than 1080p. I mean, that's megabits per second. It's basically a bandwidth or a bit rate that has to handle all this data coming in, because video is big amounts of data, and to chug a large amount of data like that, you need hard drives that support terabytes of data. This little baby supports 2 terabytes of data. I'm lucky to have one. Plus, these little things are increasing in storage. This one, by common default, is big enough to handle your 4K video. It's 128 gigabytes on a flash drive, and that's cool. Further, there were 256 gigabyte flash drives and 512 gigabyte flash drives, and I heard that in a rare circumstance, in a highly specialized circumstance, we now fit 1 terabyte on a flash drive. Now imagine you're backing up your entire independent movie onto that flash drive, all the raw files. That would be cool. Like, the storage is increasing and the storage is getting cheaper. So it makes sense for companies to adapt to 4K. Now, if you're a big company like Netflix and Amazon, if you're streaming 4K data across many networks, you need to have dedicated servers and dedicated, strong, powerful computer servers that can handle many teraflops of data, a high bandwidth network. Shared hosting on HostGator and GoDaddy is not going to work if you're hosting 4K video on there. You gotta put it on a cloud server, on the cloud. And places like I'm just writing these down. Actually, I'm writing 2 examples down. Backblaze B2 and Amazon S3. These are 2 cloud storage servers. Yeah, take a look at them. These are 2 cloud storage services. One's run by a backup company, the other's run by pretty much the largest retail company on the face of this planet. Online retail. It's like you put Amazon started off as a simple online bookstore back in the late 90s, and then it's emerged into just selling everything under the sun. Literally everything under the sun. And yet they're also a great place. Amazon Web Services is also a great tool for developers to experiment with hosting web applications. And guess who uses Amazon Web Services? Netflix. Netflix is using Amazon Web Services to power their content storage, despite the fact that Amazon Prime is a competitor to Netflix. Is that kind of it's almost as if Amazon and Netflix have a strange sort of love-hate relationship with each other. So it's basically Netflix and Amazon are having 4K streaming services, and those services, and if you host your content on the cloud, it's gonna pull much faster on much slower networks. I mean, a lot of places out there in the world have very slow networks. These hard drives can store a lot of data if you want to back this up. But then again, the best way to back up your data is store them on dedicated, secure, highly encrypted pieces of storage in the cloud. Like, you want to protect your company's assets with highly capable bit encryption. Encryption meaning security, so that hackers will not get in as often. And I'm the one who's calling for 784-bit encryption after what happened to Sony/Columbia in 2014. Now, I'm filming this on my phone, and you're like, how on earth are you able to get the phone to stay still, Jordan? Well, guess what? I have a little selfie stick, and this selfie stick has a little tripod mount, and in order to get this phone on the holder, I had to take the phone out of the case, which protects it, and then attach it to the selfie stick holder, and then screw this 1 1/4 inch screw into the tripod I'm now filming with. So what does that make me? I don't know. a very good filmmaker, to be precise. I'm just lucky to have this equipment, to have this knowledge of. I care about high internet web speeds. I want websites to perform very fast, very efficient, very quickly, and you want more experience for the customers. I work at a company that values experience for customers, values user experience, values customer satisfaction, values performance, because you want the users to access this website, and you want them to not lose interest in browsing your website. You want them to have a pleasant browsing experience when they go shopping for products. I'm lucky to work for a company that does that and values that. Allows you to experiment and runs on highly powerful, very fast storage servers placed all over the world. And I am glad that I have knowledge to give you some of this information. At least that's just the layman's guide to 4K and networking with 4K. I sometimes wish I could have gone into more detail, but I believe there's other guys on YouTube who could go into more detail than I can. Probably a multi-part video series or a step-by-step tutorial on how to do 4K or be a 4K filmmaker. Well, if that's all you wanted, then be on your way. I'm very glad to have talked to you. Thank you so much. Bye.